Friday night, another day. As I don't know if I should say as always, but as per usual, I'm still working on the Pokemon card tool. I spent all of today working on the card condition model again. Actually, this morning found a bug in it. For the last few days, I've been training. I think I mentioned in the past that I take the best performing model. I train X amount of children from it. I rate them to see how well they're doing, and if any of them do better than the parent, they get promoted and become the new parent for the next round, selective breeding style. And for the last few days, I haven't been noticing any progress, and it's been really frustrating. So this morning I complained about it, and it turns out there's a bug, or was a bug. That's fixed now. Now we're actually making progress every time I do a training. So I just finished a training, now the ranking's running, and I'm gonna stop talking about it now. I'm not 100% sure what I want to chit chat about while I try to work on this trick tonight. When I was asking my agent Carl, and when I say agent, I mean AI agent that runs on my computer, it's a OpenClaw. It was suggesting things that I had told it I had already talked about, and it was like, okay, well, we already talked about community, we already talked about yo-yoing just for me or yo-yoing for attention. Like, I feel like I talked about that. I haven't seen any questions in the comments yet, so I don't really have much audience interaction to go off of at the moment. Maybe that'll come with time. Maybe it won't. Doesn't matter. But I'm gonna just let that idea of talking about yo-yoing for attention versus yo-yoing for me kind of stew for a while. And the idea of community came to mind, like, yeah, it suggested it, and I did chit chat about it for a while yesterday. But over the years, I've had this cognitive dissonance, or I don't even know if that's the right phrase, like this uncanny valley kind of thing, where I've analyzed being in a yo-yo community. And I've thought, okay, is there a violin community? I guess maybe if you're in an orchestra or a choir, you would be in the choral community. Or if you're a diver, you might be in the choral community. Dad jokes. Is there a golfer community? Is there a dartboard community? Like, this all feels like local stuff, not something where there's an international group of people that get together online and talk about what it means to be one of us and enforce what it means. So that's like a little seed of an idea. I don't really know where to go with it though. Maybe I should actually write an essay and then talk about it. I'm not sure. I need to work on this trick too. I'm just completely missing it every single time. There we go. That took a long time. Probably not as long as the trick I'm supposed to be working on. But yeah, it, with a little bit of thought, just becomes weird. Like when I was in bowling, like there was a league throughout junior high and high school. Yeah, we would go to the bowling alley and we had our teams, and I felt connected to the team I was on, but I didn't think about it like this community in the same way that I do with yo-yoing. Maybe it's just because one's a bigger hobby than the other, or a bigger sport, or whatever you want to call it. But I can't think of anything outside of yo-yoing that I've ever done where it felt like this tight knit group of people that come together on a regular basis and are aware of each other and have ideas of each other's pasts and know each other's character, and you build reputations. Like, I mean, my dad probably has something like that with drag racing. I can't think of anything my mom would have where it's a community feeling. Maybe church. I don't think my sister has anything like that. I know my kids don't. Maybe we're just an anomalous family. Ob- I'm pretty sure this is obvious at this point. I don't know what to talk about right now, and that was the idea that was presented to me, and I'm attempting to just roll with it to see what happens, but it doesn't feel very good so far. And no other ideas are coming to mind. Another idea that was suggested by Carl was talking about the burnout, and do I still think of myself as a yo-yoer? Am I still a yo-yoer in other people's eyes, I guess, after that? After taking a step back from trying to build a brand and be a recognized person to a group of people, do I still label myself? And I don't really know. I mean, every so often when I would get the urge to be around people and I would join Discord, sometimes I would join like the Throwers Discord or G2's Discord and feel welcomed and appreciated by a group of people who I otherwise hadn't seen for a while. And that was always nice. But I don't know if I'm, in doing these videos, chasing that again, trying to elevate myself. Like the phrase tall poppy syndrome comes to mind, and I'm like cutting myself down before I can even start. Like, I don't know. I've always felt awkward when I've gone into a group and I've been treated like I'm something special because I don't feel that way. And it's nice when it happens. Like, I try to be humble and grateful for it and say thanks and all that, but just feels weird because, like, the only contest I ever won was a contest that, though I got the title, I still technically got second place, and it was kind of a hollow victory, which also doesn't feel very humble to say. Like, but I mean, I worked for years to get to a point where I could win that title, and I got that title. And the only reason first place didn't get it was they didn't have a Idaho mailing address, basically. So I don't know. It's very, it doesn't feel like I've earned the respect that people have given me. And maybe it's just I've been so far away from this for so long that or maybe I just really suck at taking a compliment. I don't know. But it just has never felt natural. I'm starting to get a little bit better at this little thing, but I don't know what I want to do with it. If I try to like land it up here, it immediately kills the spin for some reason. But if I do it from here, it doesn't. But something about having this loop back here, I want to think of something to do from that. Like I could basically do a whatever this is called, magic drop. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with any of this conversation at this point. This is why you guys need to leave questions in the comments. Like, if you ask me about myself and then I don't have to riff about yo-yoing, it is a little bit easier for me. I don't know if I would want to put a ripcord in this trick. Tempting to do something like this, and then I don't know if I would want to. Like a couple of videos back, I said I didn't really want to incorporate a green triangle into this trick, just because it's like the glitter of the yo-yo world, and you see it everywhere, and once it gets stuck, it's hard to get it out. I mean, green triangle is a great trick, but it's overdone. Or it was overdone. I don't know if it still is. I'm way out of the loop. I don't know if that's a pun or not when it comes to knowing what's going on in yo-yoing. And I kind of would like to keep it that way. Like I haven't watched a freestyle in a long time. Maybe a couple of months, and then before that a couple of years. And I don't know if I want to get back into watching competitive stuff. I definitely don't want to get back on social media. I don't like how it feels when I'm on there. Like, I feel like I have to be performing. And when I'm standing around in front of the camera, hoping to land a clean enough trick that I could edit into slow motion to share, instead of exploring an element, I I'll see something interesting and I won't do it cleanly. And then I go back to whatever it was that I was able to hit clean, even if it isn't actually interesting to me. And I'm saying and a lot. Like, I think I use and as my or my anyhow. But yeah, I would end up chasing whatever was easy enough to land, that was passable as hard, that the general public might think was cool, that I could get a lot of likes on or a lot of views on, instead of actually trying to do something that I know is hard, that I would be proud to do. Like this trick, I'm really struggling to make it work, but I am really enjoying working on it. And I think a piece of it is knowing that I don't need to share it and I don't have to force myself to do something with it tonight. I just, if I really want to work on it, then I can just sit here and work on it, and I can talk to the camera and maybe get a few comments to reply to. And if not, I'm just sort of documenting the journey of this trick. And once I do finally figure out what I'm doing with it and I get good enough at it that I can make a nice edit of it to showcase it, then I'll feel like I'll have earned the right to share that short video that you would normally go on Instagram or TikTok or whatever to share. But I'm still just going to keep it to YouTube. I want to keep it on one platform, I think. I've gone off on so many tangents so far that I can't remember how to get back to where I started. Like, I don't remember where I started talking on that. Like, not wanting to be on social media, not liking how I feel when I am, feeling like I'm constantly performing when I am there. It's like that dance monkey, dance monkey, dance monkey, na na na. Feel like I'm just pandering for views. I don't like that. It doesn't feel good. Like, it feels nice to get likes and views on the video, but like if you watch the graph, it's flat and then you get a bunch of views and then it dies and it's flat again. It's like not how it's not a sustainable thing. And because I get those endorphin hits from it, then when that dies, I just go, so what? Do I just suck? Or I'm just not willing to play the game and I'm getting punished for it for some reason. Like when I was doing tutorials or like edited content about yo-yoing, they would kind of just steadily grow over time. People would share it if it was helpful. They'd come back to it to like remind themselves of how to do a trick, or maybe it's been a long time since they did it and they want to relearn it. And those things would build up over time and it felt more earned. It didn't feel like some unknowable algorithm had smiled upon me that day. It felt like people were searching for it, they were seeking it out themselves, they were distributing it for me, and it just felt better than trying to get attention through the short form content system. Anyway, that was my attempt at talking about it. I don't know if it's been long enough to go and check and see how long the recording is. I did figure out how to clear a ton of space off my iPhone today. When I was looking through storage and I noticed how much storage was set aside for like system stuff, I went and opened that and saw something about how it had like earmarked space specifically for downloading updates and the automatic updates. So I immediately went and I shut off the automatic updates. And then I went back to storage and took a glance, and I like 20 gigabytes of space cleared up in a moment. And I was like, oh, okay. So I can actually record long videos if I want, but these automatic system settings are screwing me over and I need to shut them off. So I'm not as worried about going long right now. The big issue at this point is going to be the battery. I kind of like that. See if I can remember that. Here's the problem with this trick. As soon as I get an idea, so I want to flip this over and not have it go across that arm. And then I want this to come across and I want to grab it from that side. Not really sure what I would do from there, but that feels kind of good. double twisted. Yeah, I don't know what to do from there, but I'll mess around with that for a while. I don't know. I'm immediately second guessing it. Like, I liked this because it sets you up to bounce out of that landing. It just doesn't feel smooth in that transition. So like this doesn't feel smooth, but then you go like this and then you pop up and you reach over. That feels a little smoother. So I need to think of how to get into that draped over this side thing in a way that is satisfying to do. Maybe that under bounce thing. And then if I just let go of everything, it's just a crossed arm trapeze, which I don't really like, but that's not the end point anyways. Yeah, I think that's a good way to handle that. Immediately screw it up. Another thing about trying to land content for a short is every time I miss, I have to catch it and throw it again and try again. Because it will be obvious that it's not perfect when I do the slow-mo edit. So instead of iterating fast and keeping going when I screw up and trying again without having to catch it and throw it, I would interrupt that learning period so that I could do it perfectly for a short video to maybe get the attention from people that don't even care about yo-yos. So I was like short-circuiting my ability to learn and improve in an attention-seeking, motivated way. I don't know. It just doesn't feel good. Unlike this trick, which feels great. Crossarm thing feels nice too because it just doesn't feel like something you would normally do. I mean, sure, people do crossarm tricks, but not often. It's a treat when you see it. Oh, look at my wrist. I gotta check the time. All right, well, we're at 25 minutes, so let's try and hit the mount a couple more times and then call it. I'm used to having a watch on. Hence the, oh, look at my wrist, I gotta go. Sorry that tonight's chit-chatting has been kind of off. It's just not always obvious what I want to talk about, and even though I had an idea of what to talk about, I guess I just haven't thought very deeply about it or processed it a lot. So it's more raw and less polished and planned and structured. It's doubled up. But I figure the more that I do these videos, the better I'll get at it. Just like the more I practice this trick, the better I'll get at it. Maybe let's try and do the idea one more time and then we'll call it there. Didn't catch it, but whatever. Technically, I did it one more time. I don't know why I don't want to stop. I can't stop. Because I want to hit that stupid cross arm catch. Oh well, we'll just pick up with that tomorrow and keep on doing the cross arm thing until I hit that more consistently and figure out what I want to do from there. But thanks for hanging out if you got to the end, and hope you enjoyed the work in progress and the random scattered chit chat about an attempted focused on topic. And yeah, if you have discussion topic ideas or questions, leave it below. It'll make this easier on me. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you tomorrow.